Hi, this is Ravni Chimata. Today I tell about ethical decision making and environmental sustainability and global challenges and opportunities for Quorn. First, introduction. In this presentation, two critical topics crucial in the context of the global business environment have been taken into consideration and have been applied for the two cases of corn foods. And increasingly popular UK-based multinational companies producing wide range of delicious meat and substitutes products. The topics consideration in this presentation, including the ethical decision making and environmental. The presentation has focused on the identifying the elements of environmental sustainability and ethical decision making in the current operations of corn foods in the light of relevant the theories and models and the global challenges and opportunities in the domain of the company's operates have also been identifying the target recommendations for the company have been developed. And next, corn company overview. Establishing in the UK in 1985, corn has emerged as one of the leading meat substitutes producing companies with domain presence in the UK and also different European countries and its primary markets. However, it has expanded its business and its value available currently in nearly and 20 countries across the globe. Uh, the company products both the cooking ingredients as well as meat substitutes in their vast range of pre-packed meals and their products and mostly vegetarian but not vegan. Since in the most of the products, egg white is used as blended. There are also different product segments like products for children and others. The products are mainly available in the supermarket, in the retail stores and also countries for the company's operative in the CON 2024. And next, ethical decision making theories and concepts. The ethical decision making models, as shown as the figure, highlights the different sequential steps that have to be taken the companies in the general to ensure that operations as well as outcomes are ethical. These includes identifying the issues for the collected facts and determining the stakeholders and their interests and impacts based on the same different strategic alternatives needs to be identified through discussions and conclusions as well as assignments. The most appropriate ethical decisions needs to be incorporated. While the utilitarian ethics focus on ethical outcomes, the deontological ethics focus on overall righteousness of the actions taken. Uh, has been 11th in 2021. And next, ethical decision making in con. The concerned companies can be seen to follow as utilitarian lenses of ethical decision making, as it evidence for the overall mission of purpose of the companies, which is providing the global population with vegetarians, non-vegans, meat substitutes, thereby promoting healthy eating and also addressing the social issues and increasing the animal cruciality in Quant 2024. For achieving these goals, the ethical decision making mentioned above is seen to be applied in the company with identification of the current consumption pain and ethical issues and then analyzing decisions and options. And however, despite the claim of being vegetarian friendly, egg white is present in a range of products, which is not suitable for vegetarians and especially vegans, thereby raising options maybe about this ethics and products production process. And next, stakeholders management in the con. Ethical decision making also involves in identification of the key stakeholders and catering to their interests to ensure maximum welfare. Con takes into consideration these elements of the ethical decision making. Models to the same context, some of that in this evident for the productions range of developed to the cater to healthy directly needs to a sustainability needs to consumptions and the consumers to the societies respectively. Company also has a range of local suppliers and farmers, thereby catering to their economic interests. And it has also been a profitable company with the high ROIs, thereby catering to the interests in investors and our shareholders. Uh, However, the lack of transparency regarding the presence of egg, album, and in these products geoparadise the interests and welfare of the vegan community of consumers. And next, economy, environmental sustainability, TPL and circular economy. The circular economy model refers to the shift in the practice of one-time uses and wastage generations to the model of productions and consumers where resources are recycled and repaired, thereby reducing the waste and also carbon footprints and pollution in the economy. This leads regenerations of the natural system and ensure environmental sustainability. As shown in the figure 2017. On the other hand, the concept of triple bottom line refers to the different strategies that are taken by the companies in general to ensure environmental sustainability, benefits of all people associated, as well as economic benefits to meet the needs of the investors and shareholders, and is the another crucial element of sustainability business operations. And the triple bottom line is supply chain of corn. The supply chain of corn management of concerned company taken into consideration all the three elements of the TPL approaches. The company has its employment practice aligned with the fair labor practices and also market wages standards, and it also engages local suppliers, thereby empowering the local communities. The brand also has 90% of lower carbon footprints than meat products, and one of the first major brand in introducing carbon labeling, thereby catering to the environmental well-being. And other hand, in the terms of profit aspects, the concerned company constantly incorporates innovations and in its operations and new product ranges meets alternative, thereby maintaining its position as a market of leader and ensuring high ROIs is the investors. And next, sustainability in the value of chain count. The presence of sustainable operations is visible in different elements of the inbound and outbound logistics and the primary activities as well as the supporting activities of the concerned company. Con not only focus on acquiring sustainability and raw material to produce meat sustainability, and but also focuses on carbon transparency and uses of recycled products. For packaging, thereby ensuring sustainable outboundings and logistics. CON 2024, on the other hand, are the supporting activities including the ethical working environment and the transparency of carbon footprints of the company to avoid greenwashing allegations. The company has also a strong feedback system and taken into the consideration the suggestion of the outcome customers to constantly improve its sustainable business operations. And next, circular economy cons operations. The presence of environmental sustainability in these operations of corn is also evident from the element of circular economy in its production. Operations, the company has incorporated renewable fungal, microprotein, and through fermentations in its food products, which contributes to healthy and crucial free substitutes and reduce land and water pollution. On the other hand, there are ethical stewardships of resources in the closest loops production systems, which has also low waste generations. The company also uses renewable energy resources for running their production facilities, thereby reducing their carbon footprints and wastage, also the scale of non-renewable energy resources. And next, global challenges experienced by corn. There are different challenges in the global business environment. experienced by the concerned company. These includes the changing food regulations and compliance standards, and as well as the changing sustainable and green labeling requirements in the different countries where it operates. On the other hand, and the prices of the meat substitutes are generally higher than the traditional meat products, thereby leading to the difficulties in acquiring more customers. There are considerable subscriptions and among people and also across the globe regarding the taste, quality, and healthy aspects. Proceed meat substitutes. The presence of egg white in a number of products of the company also impacts adversely on the customers' trust. Also creates legal complexes related to reporting and company issues. And the global opportunities for corn. The global alternative protein market in which corn operates can be seen to have reached to the market valuations of 14.1 billion used to in the 2021, and by 2027 the market expected to be valued at 17.4 billion used, thereby showing a CAGR of 3.7% in the concerned period. There are different demand and side and supply side drivers in this context, which which are shown in the figure in the slide GmbH of 2025. In addition to this, the vegan population across the global has reached to a number of 88 million, and expected to the increase more the coming years, thereby highlighting considerable opportunities for corn. To develop this specific increasing share global populations in the world population world review in 2024. And next, recommendations to address global challenges. The concerned company needs to develop a highly functional and dedicated companies to team which will on monitoring the changing compliances needs to under rules and regulations in different countries where it operates. On the other hand, it is also important for the company to clearly and use the green labeling and differentiate between the vegetarian and vegan products to cater the demands and ensure the trust of both the sections of the targeted customers. And also the higher cost fermentations that limits that scalability and customer acquisitions needs to be addressed using technologies and innovations which can make their products more affordable for the consumer populations. And next, recommendations to leverage global opportunities. The concerned companies needs to expand its vegan products line, and this has to be by replacing the presence of egg whites by plant based alternatives, strong and transparency reporting of materials used, along with the will also help in the developing inclusively and in acquiring larger shares of the prospective global vegan markets. On the other hand, Quorn has Quorn also needs to be invested in CSR activities, especially related to sustainability in initiatives and community empowerment in the emerging markets like India and China. This will also help the company develop a positive brand and imagine attract more investors, and also create their market and area prospects. In these emerging markets, renewable energy powered fermentations and processes can also help in the making environmental sustainability and cost efficiency. And conclusion. As evident from the above discussion, currently Corn has been incorporating the elements of both ethical decision making as well as environmental and overall sustainability and in its product and operational framework. This is attribute to a strong value chain, presence of the TPL and ethical decision making, and also the presence of elements of the circular economy in the model of production, how business operates in the supply in the chain and concern the companies. However, taking into the consideration the global challenges, opportunities, as well as existing for the concerned companies, more targeted strategic recommendations have been developed for sustained competitive advantages and a strong growth potential for corn. The ethical decision making model, as shown as in the figure, highlights the different sequential steps that have been taken by the companies in the general to ensure their operations as well as outcomes are ethical. These steps, including identifying the issues for the collected facts and determining the stakeholders and their interests and impacts, based on the same different strategic alternatives needs to be identified and the though decisions and the conclusions as well as assignment. The most appropriate ethical decisions needs to be incorporated, and while the utilitarian and ethical decisions focuses on ethical outcomes, deontological ethical focus on overall righteousness of the actions of taken. Thank you.